Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I have exciting content for you, and to start off I'm going to show you my sitting room makeover. So let's get right into it. That was the before, this is the after. So the hardest part of most projects is prepping, and it also takes the most amount of time. So here I am prepping and taping all the edges so that we don't get any paint. Now our house has a formal sitting room, it has a family room, so the sitting room we decided we were going to make into a entryway slash our clean room because we have kids, so it was going to be more of an adult's spot to hang out and talk and not have all the mess. And so when we were thinking about the theme that we were going to go with, we both like, Andrew and I are both kind of eclectic in what we like. And so we like darker colors, and I'm a big fan of mustard yellow and he's a big fan of the darker blues, so we kind of mixed it up a little bit, and the navy blue and the yellow go really well together, and you'll see that at the end when you see our furniture in the room as well. So I'm just taking off this plastic cover over the outlet switch so I don't get any paint on it. And I suggest when you go to Lowe's to just get one of the giant rolls of paper or the plastic. However, we had a ton of newspaper somehow, so I just ended up using that to cover my floors. Now, this video we filmed over 4 months ago, and I was 1 week postpartum, so that's why I look a mess, in case you guys are wondering. But here is the paint we are going with. We are going with white and then the navy blue. And here's my baby sister. She was in with us for the weekend because I had just had my baby, and so she decided that she wanted to help us, and we always say yes to any additional help, especially when we're doing any kind of painting project, because it's a lot of work. And my little sister wanted to help us, so we made a family event out of it. Kaylee watches all my videos, so shout out Kaylee. Thank you for helping us paint this wall. So initially what we did first is we outlined, because it just makes painting inside easier, and you'll probably see this in every different video where people paint. You do the outline, and eventually I did buy an outlining tool, but here we just did it with a paintbrush. So you'll see Kaylee at the bottom outlining where the trim is, and Andrew outlined at the top. We are doing a two-toned wall, so we are taking the blue paint up top and the white paint at the bottom, and then we just put a piece of tape in the middle to kind of separate where each paint needed to end and the next one needed to begin. The painter's tape wasn't placed in the exact spot. You'll see after we put the MDF board that there was a little bit of space that we had to go back in and fill in with white paint with a little bit of touch up, but that was no big deal. Now, as far as costs go, I made the mistake of actually going to Sherwin-Williams and getting, like, I guess the most expensive quality of paint they had, and I'm glad I did. But essentially, if you want the same results, you can do it with a cheaper bucket of paint. I think the blue bucket of paint was $90, but if you go to Lowe's, you can get I think that they brace it by the high touch surfaces and whether or not there's going to be a lot of people touching it or whatnot. But you can actually get the same bucket of paint for $30 if you go to Lowe's. I just went directly to a Sherwin-Williams wholesaler, and I ended up paying $90 for it. We still have the other half. We didn't use all of it, and it is a good quality paint, so it's just up to you and your budget, depending on how much you want to spare. Now for the MDF board, Andrew is not using liquid nails, he's actually using silicone to get it to adhere, and then he's going to go behind with the nail gun. And the reason we did not use liquid nails is because this is one of our first projects, and we wanted to make sure that if it didn't look the way we wanted it to look, we would be able to take it off and it wouldn't completely rip off our drywall, because that would be an even more expensive project. So he just took some silicone and put it on the back to get it to adhere, and then he went behind it with a nail gun. Now MDF is a type of wood I'm not exactly sure. I should have probably asked Andrew more questions on exactly what kind of wood it is, but it's pretty light, and it's pretty easy to work with. And we actually got this MDF. It comes in like a long strip, and you can just get it cut down to size. So Andrew made sure to do all the measurements ahead of time, and then when we went to Lowe's, we just gave those measurements to the representative that was working there, or the person that was in charge of cutting wood that day, and they just cut it down to size for us, and we were good to go. So here you'll kind of see where we needed to touch up because the tape was right in the middle and we didn't go all the way up as far as we needed, but that was fine. That was an easy fix, and Andrew's just nailing the rest of the MDF. This project took approximately maybe 3 hours, and that includes waiting on the paint to dry. So here he is filling in all the nail holes and the cracks with some putty. And I guess I do have to give credit to the fact that it was a 3-man job. Myself, my husband, and my baby sister did make it go by a lot quicker. But here is the final result. We are in love with it. We were actually astonished at our own abilities at how great this wall turned out. So make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And stay tuned for our next project on my channel. Thanks for watching, everybody.